Nissan, facing a tough road ahead, is cutting thousands of jobs. The automaker could collapse.
Brands like Jaguar, Maserati, and Nissan are now struggling to survive. From luxury legends to everyday icons, these are the 10 car brands that are shockingly close to disappearing forever. Can they still make a comeback or not? Let's dive in. Number 10, Nissan. Nissan's US operations were built to capture 8.5% of the market. They're barely clinging to 4.5% today. Even with 900,000 vehicles sold yearly in America, Nissan sits dangerously behind competitors, a shadow of its former dominance. The decline stems from an aged product lineup with designs that fail to excite, a puzzling absence from the hybrid technology race, and eroding consumer confidence due to slipping reliability ratings. Making matters worse, Nissan now faces heightened exposure to import tariffs as the largest Japanese exporter of Mexican-built vehicles to the US market. A recent proposed merger with Honda, potentially worth $60 billion, collapsed during negotiations, eliminating what might have been a lifeline. Most alarming of all, two senior Nissan executives recently leaked that the company may have just 12–14 months to survive without drastic intervention. But while Nissan's struggles have been building for years, Number 9, Jaguar. Global sales have plummeted 82% from their 2018 peak of 180,000 units, now limping along with just 33,000 cars sold worldwide. In America, deliveries cratered to a mere 13,210 vehicles, numbers that would have been unthinkable just 5 years ago. The free fall began when Jaguar gambled everything on a radical all-electric transformation, hemorrhaging 85% of its traditional customer base. Loyal enthusiasts who aren't ready for electric vehicles or don't connect with Jaguar's new vision. The entire lineup has been ruthlessly pruned, leaving only the F-Pace SUV in production as other models were unceremoniously axed. Parent company Jaguar Land Rover paused all US shipments entirely in response to rising import tariffs, effectively abandoning the American market at a critical moment. CEO Adrian Mardell bluntly informed investors that low-profit models would be discontinued. But with virtually the entire lineup already gone, what remains to cut? If Jaguar's decline seems rapid, wait until you see how our next luxury brand is bleeding market share at an even more alarming rate. Number 8, Maserati. Maserati once represented the pinnacle of Italian automotive passion, exotic design, married to operatic engine notes that made every drive feel like a special occasion. Today, the Trident brand is bleeding out, its once prestigious image increasingly irrelevant to luxury buyers. The sales collapse has been brutal and widespread. In the US market, deliveries plunged 37% in 2024, with just 4,819 vehicles finding homes. Globally, Maserati moved only 11,300 cars, a staggering 57% year-over-year decline that translated to a devastating $285 million financial loss. This freefall stems from muddled marketing, failing to articulate why consumers should choose the Trident over competitors, persistent reliability issues plaguing the ownership experience, and astronomical ownership costs driving even die-hard enthusiasts elsewhere. The situation deteriorated so rapidly that CEO David Grasso was unceremoniously fired in 2024 after failing to reverse the decline. Adding to Maserati's woes, recent import tariff increases have made the brand's already expensive vehicles even more financially out of reach for American buyers. Once a legendary name that competed with Ferrari and Lamborghini for the hearts of automotive enthusiasts, Maserati now risks becoming just another footnote in automotive history. Yet while Maserati struggles with its premium positioning, another storied Italian brand faces an even more existential threat to its survival. Number 7, Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo embodies the quintessential Italian automotive romance. Sensuous curves, passionate performance, and a racing heritage few manufacturers can match. But beneath those beautiful body panels lies a troubling reality. The brand is spiraling toward oblivion. American sales collapsed from nearly 25,000 units in 2018 to under 9,000 in 2024. A catastrophic decline, showing no signs of reversing. For perspective, Honda sells more vehicles in a single week than Alfa Romeo manages in an entire year. This precipitous drop stems from legendary reliability issues, including coolant leaks appearing at just 4,000 miles and suspension components failing around 50,000 miles. parent company Stellantis systematically dismantling what made Alfa special by discontinuing exciting quadrifoglio performance variants and minimal dealer support with limited service networks. Recent developments have only accelerated the decline. The brand's most exciting models have been cancelled, while the all-important Tonale, a compact SUV meant to boost volume, arrived with underwhelming performance and dated technology. Once the choice of driving enthusiasts who valued passion over practicality, Alfa Romeo now faces extinction in the American market. While Alfa Romeo's decline has been painful to watch, at least most people remember what the brand once stood. Our next entry can't even claim that much recognition anymore. Number 6. Infiniti. Infiniti once stood as Nissan's ambitious answer to Lexus and Acura, a Japanese luxury contender with distinctive styling and innovative technology. Today, it has faded into automotive obscurity, becoming the brand most likely to make people ask, do they still make those? From a peak of 130,000 vehicles in 2013, Infiniti's US sales have plummeted to just 59,000 units in 2024, a decline of over 55%. Even more troubling, brand recognition studies show many consumers can't differentiate Infiniti from discontinued brands. This collapse stems from a stagnant design language while competitors constantly evolved, a confusing naming convention, switch from recognizable names like G37 to anonymous alphanumerics like Q50, and completely missing the electrification revolution with no compelling hybrid or electric vehicles. Recent developments have only accelerated the downward spiral. Multiple planned models have been cancelled, including the promising QX Inspiration electric vehicle, while parent company Nissan's own financial troubles have led to decreased investment. Once positioned as a bold challenger brand with vehicles, like the original G35 sports sedan and FX crossover, Infiniti now risks fading into complete irrelevance. Yet while Infiniti struggles with relevance, our next entry faces an even more fundamental question. Does it deserve to exist at all anymore? Number 5. Chrysler. Chrysler once proudly stood as a cornerstone of American automotive manufacturing, part of Detroit's legendary Big Three alongside General Motors and Ford. Today, this historic brand has been reduced to a ghost of its former self, clinging to existence by the thinnest of threads. In 2005, Chrysler moved an impressive 649,293 vehicles across 7 distinct models. Fast forward to today, and the entire brand has been stripped down to just 2 minivan variants, the Pacifica and budget-oriented Voyager. Sales have plummeted more than 50% over the past decade, with no signs of recovery on the horizon. This dramatic decline stems from failing to maintain a competitive, diverse product lineup, persistent quality concerns damaging consumer confidence, and losing its identity. Once known for innovative American luxury, Chrysler now lacks any clear positioning. Recent developments have only accelerated the downward trajectory. The promising Airflow EV concept was abruptly cancelled before reaching production, while the final Chrysler sedan, the once popular 300, was discontinued with no replacement planned. Meanwhile, parent company Stellantis has openly warned that underperforming brands will face the axe. Some industry analysts now believe Chrysler is in worse shape than during its infamous 1979 government bailout, but this time there seems to be no clear path to recovery. While Chrysler at least maintains a presence in dealerships across America, our next brand has virtually disappeared from most countries entirely. Number 4. Lancia. Lancia once reigned as automotive royalty, a pioneering Italian brand that dominated World Rally Championships and produced some of the most innovative and beautiful cars ever created. Today, this legendary marque has been reduced to a single aging model, sold in just one country. From a global presence with a diverse lineup, Lancia now sells only the dated Ypsilon hatchback exclusively in Italy. Annual sales have dwindled to approximately 40,000 units, all in its home market, with zero presence in the rest of Europe or internationally. This extraordinary collapse stems from years of corporate neglect, leading to insufficient investment, severe quality control issues damaging the brand's reputation, and constant repositioning confusing consumers about what Lancia actually represents. Parent company Stellantis has announced a theoretical revival plan, but its commitment remains questionable, given limited resources and the prioritization of more profitable brands. Meanwhile, the current Ypsilon is now over a decade old, making it one of Europe's most dated vehicle designs still in production. Without immediate, significant investment and a clear vision, the brand that gave the world icons like the Stratos and Delta Integral risks disappearing entirely. Lancia's retreat to a single country is alarming. But what happens when a brand actively abandons the world's largest car market altogether? Number 3. Smart. Smart burst onto the automotive scene with a revolutionary concept. Ultra-compact city cars that could park virtually anywhere and sip fuel in an era of gas guzzlers. Today, this once innovative brand has all but vanished, its tiny footprint now barely visible in the automotive landscape. From selling nearly 25,000 vehicles annually in the US market during its peak, Smart has completely abandoned North America. In Europe, annual deliveries have plummeted below 30,000 units, a fraction of what established microcar competitors achieve. This decline stems from a fundamental value proposition problem: small yet paradoxically expensive vehicles offering less utility than similarly priced competitors, reliability issues and high maintenance costs undermining the economic rationale for ownership, and failing to evolve beyond ultra-small vehicles while consumer preferences shifted toward more versatile options. A partnership with Chinese automotive giant Geely was supposed to reinvigorate Smart with new electric models, but initial offerings have struggled to gain traction, while parent company Mercedes-Benz has steadily reduced investment. With minimal market presence, limited brand awareness, and fierce competition from established manufacturers, now offering their own city-friendly EVs, Smart appears destined to disappear quietly, remembered more as a quirky automotive footnote than a revolutionary force. Despite its bold origins, Smart's downfall mirrors that of other niche innovators who failed to adapt. Initially, the brand found a loyal following among urban dwellers and eco-conscious drivers, charmed by its minimalist design and unmatched maneuverability. But as competitors introduced more refined subcompacts and hybrid vehicles with better performance, comfort, and tech, Smart's novelty quickly wore thin. The brand remained stubbornly committed to its original formula, even as the market demanded evolution. Smart's all-electric transition, though timely in concept, was plagued by execution missteps. The brand axed its gasoline lineup in 2019 to go fully electric, but its EVs lacked competitive range, speed, and practicality. Meanwhile, rival automakers flooded the market with affordable, well-equipped electric models that dwarfed Smart's offerings in capability and appeal. Rather than leading the electric charge, Smart became a cautionary tale in how not to scale innovation. Adding to its woes, branding confusion and limited dealer support further eroded consumer trust. Smart's positioning wavered between being a fashion statement, an eco-solution, and a luxury novelty, never firmly planting its identity. Buyers faced long waits for service, scarce parts, and lukewarm resale values, deepening the disconnect between Smart's futuristic image and its real-world experience. Without a compelling reason to buy in, even its European stronghold began to abandon the brand. While Smart struggles with its niche positioning, our next brand faces an entirely different problem: complete irrelevance in the world's most important car market. Number 2. Fiat. Fiat once represented the very spirit of Italian motoring. Affordable, stylish vehicles with personality that brightened European streets for generations. In America, the story couldn't be more different. It's a brand on the verge of extinction. Despite moving an impressive 1.2 million vehicles globally, Fiat sold just 1,528 cars in the entire United States during 2024. For perspective, that's fewer vehicles than Toyota sells in a single day. While this actually represented an improvement from 605 units in 2023, it remains a rounding error in the broader market. This American market failure stems from persistent reliability issues, ranking Fiat among the least dependable brands sold in the US, a product strategy focused on small European-style cars that never aligned with American preferences, and inadequate dealer support and service networks. Parent company Stellantis has begun quietly reducing Fiat's already minimal American presence, with many dealers dropping the brand entirely. The much-anticipated 500e electric vehicle, meant to revitalize the lineup, arrived with limited range and a surprisingly high price tag, finding few buyers. Without dramatic intervention, the brand that successfully re-entered America in 2011 with substantial fanfare may soon disappear from American roads entirely. Marketing misfires and inconsistent product planning further compounded Fiat's woes. Rather than expanding its lineup to include crossovers or more versatile vehicles better suited to American lifestyles, Fiat doubled down on niche models with limited appeal. The 500L and 500X attempted to bridge the gap but failed to resonate, saddled with poor reliability scores and underwhelming driving dynamics. This lack of strategic adaptation left Fiat stranded as competitors surged ahead with broader, better tailored offerings that met evolving consumer needs. Meanwhile, Fiat's limited dealership footprint and service infrastructure made ownership frustrating for the few who did take a chance on the brand. Parts shortages, long service wait times, and poor customer satisfaction drove even loyalists away. With Stellantis redirecting investment toward higher-performing brands like Jeep and Ram, Fiat's relevance in the US continues to evaporate. Without a compelling new direction or drastic overhaul, its departure from the American market feels less like a matter of if and more like when. Even attempts to capitalize on the growing EV trend have fallen flat. The reintroduction of the Fiat 500e was supposed to mark a new era, a stylish, compact electric car with urban appeal. But with a modest range, limited tech features, and a price tag that rivals far more capable EVs, the 500e has struggled to attract buyers beyond a small enthusiast crowd. In a segment increasingly defined by innovation and value, Fiat's offering feels like an afterthought rather than a contender, highlighting the brand's struggle to remain relevant in a rapidly evolving market. Worse still, Fiat suffers from a brand perception problem that it's never managed to shake in the US, one of fragility and frustration. While some European brands have overcome early reliability setbacks with consistent improvement and strong warranties, Fiat has failed to convince American buyers that it's learned from past missteps. Instead, the brand has faded from public consciousness entirely. With minimal advertising, shrinking dealer networks, and no mass market appeal, Fiat's American exit seems inevitable, a quiet retreat rather than a dramatic finale. Though Fiat struggles with relevance in America, at least it maintained its core identity. Our final entry is a brand that's forgotten what made it special in the first place. Number 1. Mini. Mini once captured the automotive world's heart with its cheeky personality. Compact dimensions, go-kart handling, and distinctive British charm made it the anti-SUV for those who valued driving fun over cargo space. Today, that special magic has all but disappeared. From a peak of 76,354 vehicles in 2012, Mini's US sales have plunged to just 26,299 units in 2024, a 21.5% drop in just the last year alone. Even more concerning, the brand's newest offering, the redesigned Countryman SUV, is languishing on dealer lots with an alarming 188-day supply. This collapse stems from a severe identity crisis as Mini abandoned its namesake compact sizing. For ever larger vehicles, price positioning, drifting into premium territory without corresponding improvements in quality, and reliability issues plaguing multiple generations, including brake system recalls in the 2024 refresh. Recent decisions by parent company BMW suggest waning commitment to the brand. The promising electric Cooper SE convertible was cancelled despite strong initial interest, while BMW has systematically reduced unique Mini platforms, instead using shared architecture that dilutes the brand's distinctive driving characteristics. The quirky British brand that once represented the perfect blend of practicality and driving enjoyment now finds itself without a clear purpose, neither small nor particularly fun anymore. Mini has abandoned the very attributes that made it special. Mini's shift toward larger, more premium vehicles has alienated its original fan base without successfully capturing new buyers. The iconic hardtop Cooper, once the brand's flagship symbol of nimble, affordable fun, now competes in a price bracket with more spacious, better-equipped vehicles. As Mini moved away from its minimalist roots, enthusiasts lamented the loss of the lightweight, tossable character that made the original models so beloved. Meanwhile, buyers looking for upscale options often gravitate toward brands with stronger reputations for luxury, leaving Mini stranded in an awkward middle ground. Compounding the brand's struggles is an increasingly crowded market for small, stylish vehicles. Where Mini once had a near monopoly on premium compacts with personality, it now faces stiff competition from electric newcomers and design-forward alternatives like the Volvo X30 and Fiat 500e. These competitors not only offer modern tech and compelling styling, but also better efficiency, lower running costs, and more innovative features, all areas where Mini has failed to maintain a competitive edge. Mini's charm, once enough to command a price premium, now feels outdated rather than endearing. Electric transformation, a potential lifeline for Mini, has also faltered. While the brand made early inroads with the Cooper SE, the EV's limited range, aging design, and relatively high cost turned away mainstream buyers. The cancellation of unique electric concepts and delays in updating core models suggests BMW sees Mini as a lower priority experiment rather than a serious long-term investment. Without a compelling electric lineup or a distinct position in the shifting automotive landscape, Mini risks being left behind in both relevance and revenue. Adding to the downward spiral is declining dealership enthusiasm. Many Mini showrooms are now housed within BMW dealers, where they receive minimal floor space and even less marketing support. Inventory stagnates, incentives balloon, and service centers struggle with parts availability for aging models. As customer satisfaction dips and resale values erode, even die-hard Mini fans find fewer reasons to stay loyal. Unless Mini undergoes a radical reinvention, its legacy may be reduced to a nostalgic footnote, a once iconic brand that lost its way in pursuit of mass appeal. Think these cars don't deserve it? Comment down below, like the video. Remember, every car brand, no matter how great they once were, can still plummet. Actually, there are cars that have engines that last forever, making them so reliable you want to see it. Click this video. Until next time.